All right, everybody. Today I'm here with Raufeon Stots, the current #2 bantamweight Bellator fighter. How are you doing today, man?
Doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Welcome to the DailyDose MMA show. I guess we'll get right into it. I see you repping the Bellator gear. Have we heard any fight talks with Bellator at all about maybe a bantamweight championship between you and Pettis, or maybe a #1 contender fight between you, or anything?
Yeah, I haven't heard nothing yet. I'm expecting to hear something here soon. If I can have it my way, I guess I either fight for the belt or, I've seen Horiguchi just signed with Bellator. So, if they fought, you know what I mean? I'd rather, keep fighting, or I don't know. I have no idea what's going to go on, but I'm open pretty much for it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was just gonna ask. In a perfect world, obviously a title fight is what everybody wants. That's the big money fight right there. But if you had to fight for a #1 contender fight, is that something you're open to, or do you just want to wait it out?
I stay open. If I get to fight Juan Archuleta for like a #1 contender spot, or even those other guys, Patchy Mix or what's his name, Gallagher, or I'm down to fight wherever, man. I feel like my path so far, like I'm 5-0 in Bellator. I feel like I'm the only person to beat like 3 people that was ranked in the top 10. So I feel like I should be like the #1 contender, but I'm down to prove, if somebody feels like they can beat me, or somebody feels, you know what I mean, some type of way about me getting a title shot, I'm down to shut those people up. So I'm down for whatever.
And we actually had Juan on the show, and he was kind of talking about how he felt like he kind of deserves this next title fight with Pettis. He feels like he's that #1 guy. If Pettis isn't ready, or so be it. If they even created an interim title, not saying I'm not saying I got a word with Scott or anything like that. So, but I'm just saying if they were to give you that interim title fight, how long do you think you would need? Like 6 weeks, 8 weeks?
For if I had an interim belt?
Yeah, like if they gave you an opportunity to get a full camp in, how long could we possibly see you down the road? Is kind of what I'm asking.
Oh, I could be ready. I only need I probably won't even need 4 weeks. I need like 5 to 6 weeks, and I'll be good to fight.
And are you one of those guys that kind of keep your weight down and you kind of stay at a healthy weight?
The only thing for me is just like peaking. So I'm not like in like peak shape, but I'm pretty close. You know what I mean? Like I worked out this morning. I'll probably work out tonight. I'm like always in the gym. I'm not like pushing it hard, but I'm always learning and getting better, being more efficient. So I'm like always close to the striking range. Like realistically, like 3 weeks, I could probably reach peak shape in like 3 weeks. But if it's a title fight, I gotta go 5 rounds. 5 to 6 weeks would probably be enough.
And obviously, you got some time off now. You said you're not really in talks with Bellator about any kind of fight or anything. Do you kind of just enjoy your time off? What are some things you've been up to since you got some time off?
Yeah, so I recently moved to Houston, Texas, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I'm just kind of getting settled in Texas. Right now I'm on the game with my guy Josh Smith. He actually is fighting for CES here on Saturday. Is it Saturday, Josh? Friday, my bad. Friday. So I'm just chilling. I still work out, but like majority of my time is like I spend the time away from my family. So I'm trying to like kind of make up for that time while I got like time in between camps.
And for me, I've always kind of wondered, obviously you're out of fight camp right now. Obviously you're staying in shape and things like that, but is there any kind of foods that you get to enjoy a little more since you're not?
Hell yeah. Hey, so I just moved back to Texas. So I've been indulging in some Shipley's donuts and freaking Bluebell ice cream. Those 2 things that I can't really have while I'm in camp. My go-to meal after a fight is jambalaya, with all the like all the fixings in it, you know what I mean? So I usually don't have stuff like that during camp. But yeah, I definitely So like I stay in shape, but I indulge pretty much as I want to while I'm in. The only thing that changes for me, like I tighten up my diet just a little bit. Like I always stay like, I want my life to be as close to fight camp all the time as I can. You know what I mean? But if I'm not gonna be that, like I'm not gonna be that in shape always. I'm not gonna be, you know what I mean, that strict on my diet always. So so I definitely indulge as much as I can. But I keep the training up, I keep my diet somewhat up. But you know, I definitely indulge as much as I want to.
Yeah, and I was just gonna ask. I mean, like for me, I mean, I got a sweet tooth. Like you said, man,
Yeah.
donuts and ice cream, I'm all about it. You know, I've eaten sugary cereals all the goddamn time. I can't stay away. When you're in training camp and things like that, I mean, is there anything that you crave just so bad? Like you know, you just wish you could have that one sweet.
To be honest with you, I eat candy all the way through my camp, all the way up to the weigh-in. Like maybe the day before, I even don't have like I have Hershey or no M&M almonds, M&M Hershey chocolate or M&M chocolates with almonds that I eat like all the time, and I'll even have like 1 or 2 of those before the night before weigh-in, or the night before weigh-ins. You know what I mean? So I definitely got a sweet tooth. You know, I'll probably go through a family size bag of those. Like I'll go through 2 of those bags a week sometimes. Like when I'm like training 3 times a day, you know, and really working out, I chow down on some candy.
So I mean, I hear a lot of fighters talk about I'll fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. I'm about it. I mean, I heard you moved back down to Texas. I mean, obviously that southern cooking's good. I mean, are we gonna maybe see you in the light heavyweight Grand Prix coming up in Bellator, or is that
light heavyweight? No, hell no. Like you talking about or 55? I don't know, man. I'm never like, even though I like eat a lot, I work out a lot, so I'm never like the highest I probably get. Like right now, I'm probably like 58, 59. But I'm never like, you know what I'm saying? I'm never up into 70s or anything like that, you know. So I can see me moving to like maybe featherweight, you know, down the line. But I'm not big enough right now to move to 155.
Yeah, I mean, and I was just, kind of curious. I mean, Bellator, obviously, you got the big fight that just happened at 145 between McKee and Pitbull. I mean, obviously, there's big names there. I mean, Pettis is obviously a big name in your division. I mean, is that kind of something you alluded to maybe moving up to 145, but I mean, if you beat Pettis for that belt, I mean, it's champ something that, you would really like to do, or do you feel like you need to defend a couple times?
I don't really care about champ status. I mean, it's just wherever I feel comfortable fighting. So if I feel comfortable at 45, then I move up to 45. I'm not big on like going out and until I beat like every single person in my like every single possible name. You know what I mean? So I gotta like defend at least like 3-4 times. You know, depends on like where, like who I beat before, or like how many people I've beat in the top 10. I want to beat like every single person if I can in the top 10, and then I'll think about moving. But that's where my head's out. That's why I think about it.
So I mean, I heard you play on the gaming system. What are the big games that you're on right now?
So me and Josh on Fortnite right now. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all I play, because we can. He's talking about Fortnite. That's pretty much what we play. Just because we can talk shit and like we just now getting good at the game. You know what I'm saying? When everybody was good back then, we wasn't as good. So you wouldn't want to let it go. So this is what we play.
I could imagine you're a pretty good Fortnite player. I mean, obviously, you seem like you're a competitive guy. I mean, I could imagine how good you are at fighting. You probably pick up the same in the video game aspect.
Hell yeah. We can't lose.
I mean, as a fighter and as a professional, do you ever kind of look back on some of these wins that you have in your career? I mean, obviously your record is almost spotless. You have 1 loss on it, but is there any kind of part of you that looks back at these fights and you kind of like think like, oh man, I remember when I did that, or I wish I could have knocked this dude out. Is there any kind of fight that sticks out to you like that?
Yeah, all my fights I actually go back and watch. I watch my more recent ones more than I watched way earlier. Just for that reason, I want to like see what I can do better, what I feel like my weaknesses are. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely watch my fights, and I definitely, if I did not finish a person, I definitely, go back and, look and see what I could have done better to be better than for the next fight, because it's easy to look or learn from like a loss, but it's kind of hard to learn, or it's easy to, learn from a loss, but it's kind of hard to learn from a win. So, I'm definitely trying to learn every time.
And I mean, obviously Bellator, UFC, they're always competing against each other, trying to sign fighters, things like that. I mean, is there any part of you that feels like maybe one day in your career you need to take that step to the UFC to try to compete against the bantamweights in that organization? I mean, people talk about how many killers they have there. I mean, do you ever compare yourself to these guys and be like, oh, I could beat this guy, I could beat that guy?
Not necessarily. You look at and you see and you think about like, oh, I wonder what it'd be like to fight these guys. But also I've trained with, some of the best people in the world, and I've had the opportunity to like cross train with these people. So at the end of the day, for me, I'm a prize fighter. So like if the UFC was to offer me, something better than what the Bellator was offering me, then I definitely take a look at it. But as of now, I'm just fighting. Bellator is, they shown an interest in me, and they shown that they care about me. So I'm down to stick their contract out and kind of fight for them.
And do you feel like, I mean, not to get into any details or anything like that, but do you feel like Bellator has been treating you, how you feel like you should be treated? Do you feel like, that organization has treated you well so far?
Yeah, I feel like, I feel very good about how I'm treated at Bellator. And that was one of the reasons I came to Bellator. I seen Emmanuel Sanchez, one of my other teammates. He was fighting, for Bellator, and I was cornering him, and I kind of seen how he was treated, you know what I mean? And so I'm very happy, you know what I mean? I'm able to do a lot of stuff that I wasn't able to do, before in my life. So Bellator has allowed me to do that stuff, and I'm very grateful.
And quickly before we wrap this up, I mean, is there anything you feel like you need to say if Juan or Sergio are watching this interview? Things that maybe they need to look out for if they do see you up and coming?
No, Serge don't got to worry about nothing. Like, until we like sign a contract, me and Serge gonna be boys to the end. But if we have to fight, he knows what it is. But Juan Archuleta, if you want to fight, bro, I mentioned your name a couple times. You ain't really mentioned my name. I understand, you know what I'm saying? You might feel a certain type of way about losing back to two Roufusport guys, but man up, you can't run all your life, you know what I mean? So that's about it.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. I mean, quickly. I mean, you said you and Serge are gonna be boys. I mean, obviously, training up in Milwaukee together. I mean, obviously, you guys want what it is. It's the belt. That's what you guys want. Is there any kind of party that kind of feels weird about maybe fighting him, or is that kind of why you switched down to Houston, Texas, to maybe get away and train away from him for a little bit?
Oh no, definitely feels weird. You know what I mean? Fighting or having to fight, thinking about fighting Sergio. It's not why I moved down to Texas. I moved down to Texas because I'm from Texas and I got 2 kids now, so it was like time for my family, to get out of the cold and be by family. So as far as like fighting him, yeah, it's definitely gonna be weird. I think both of us, I mean, it's just a weird situation. Both of us are professionals though, you know what I mean? So we're both like, if it has to happen, we understand it has to happen. There's no like I have no ill will toward Sergio. I assume that once we get in the cage, we'll try to knock each other's heads off for the fans, but other than that, like, we're gonna be boys.
Oh man, I appreciate your time being on the podcast today. I'm gonna let you get back to the Fortnite, and best of luck in that as well. Everybody look out. You might get killed by one of your favorite fighters out here. So
hey, I'm in Misty Meadow right now. You better watch out, goddamn.
All right, man. Well, have a great rest of your day. Best of luck to you, and hopefully we get to see a fight announcement coming up here soon, and maybe we'll get you back on here once that fight announcement comes.
Hell yeah, for sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for your time, and best of luck to you.
Thank you.